Apparently, we're live. I was thinking at one point that we might dance for you, but we danced so hard in the last one.
We're not going to dance on this one?
I'm so tired. I might make some rhythmic movements.
I feel like this next song is rather long.
Robbie is going, yeah, but it's so delightful. Are we going to
play the whole song?
I think so. Boy, Robbie, that's a way to telegraph some enthusiasm for what I have planned on the agenda.
It's only 3 seconds longer than the last one.
Yeah, we're going to play the whole song.
I feel like we need to dance, Matthew.
You are welcome to dance, Robbie. I'm not going to stop you. You're an independent woman.
You're just going to sit here and listen to the music?
I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to let the music sway me as it do.
Oh, my God.
Real McCoys read-along agenda for March 29th, 26th, 27th. This is the wrong one. This is yesterday's agenda. No, I just didn't change the date.
Oh.
Matthew Swanson's not up on his game. All right, theme song. Robbie, hit the theme song.
Hit the theme song.
1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
The Robbie and Matthew Show.
I mean, have you ever tasted something more delicious? I don't think so. If you have, draw me a picture of it and describe it with adjectives. We play the greatest song in the history of time. I'm not... Do you know what hyperbole is? You do, because you learned it.
Yes.
No, you learned it on Story Hour. Maybe you didn't know. Hyperbole is when you say something that is sort of an exaggeration, that the thing can't possibly live up to the way you're describing it. In this particular case, this is the greatest song for children or adults or even kangaroos that's ever been created. Created by Drew Bunting and performed by Brian Francis Slattery, our friends... And Drew is the one who made...
Were you on this one at all?
The theme song. No, I was not cool enough.
Yeah.
When you hear this song, you'll understand why I was not cool enough to be on this song. I'll accept that. We're going to play this song for you. Please, savor every gosh darn word. Are you ready?
I think you should also dance.
You have made that clear. I appreciate your...
Not you. I think they should
you guys
dance.
Absolutely have to dance.
Yeah.
You have to dance. You are young and pliable. Please, do it. Work out your energy and then take a long nap afterwards. And then tell your parents to write us thank you notes. All right, here we go. Oh, I can't even help but move to this sick beat.
I went to bed on the Tuesday night. Mom tucked me in and she tucked me in tight. She gave me a kiss and she turned out the light. I woke up in the morning, knew something wasn't right, but I gotta stay cool, got to give the day a chance. I went to the potty and I did my potty dance. Something felt funny, I took one glance. What the what? Yo, there's a cracker in my pants. Cracker in my pants, got a cracker in my pants. I woke up with a cracker in my pants. Cracker in my pants, got a cracker in my pants. I woke up with a cracker in my pants.
Dude, it could have gotten there in any number of ways.
But I haven't had a cracker in like 7 days.
Well, you shouldn't lose sleep over unexplained occurrences.
There was a cracker in my pants. I don't need your pad assurances. You think an ogre came in the middle of the night?
What slipped it into place in the pale moonlight?
Did an evil leprechaun put it there in advance?
Dude, you're freaking out.
Well, yeah, 'cause it's a cracker in my pants. Cracker in my pants, got a cracker in my pants. I woke up with a cracker in my pants. Cracker in my pants, got a cracker in my pants. I woke up with a cracker in my pants.
So how'd you get that cracker in your pants?
I don't know, dog.
How'd you get that cracker in your
I
pants?
don't know,
I
dog.
mean, there's a cracker in your pants.
You think I don't know, dog?
Then how'd you get that cracker
No,
in your
no, brother, let it go. I got a cracker in my pants, got a cracker in my pants. I woke up with a cracker in my pants. Cracker in my pants, there's a cracker in my pants. I woke up with a cracker in my pants.
Is it a saltine cracker?
No.
A peanut butter cracker?
No.
A whole wheat cracker?
No.
A gluten-free cracker?
No.
An oyster cracker?
No.
A sesame cracker?
No.
An almond cracker?
Technically, that's a cookie.
Was it a water
point.
cracker? A water cracker? A water cracker? A water
No, it was a goldfish cracker. A goldfish cracker. A goldfish cracker. A goldfish cracker in my pants. Cracker in my pants. It's a pants. I woke up with a cracker in my pants. Cracker in my pants. Got a cracker in my pants. I woke up with a cracker in my pants. It was an ordinary day. I wasn't doing nothing fancy. Suddenly I'm looking at a cracker in my pants,
Do you
G.
think that people know? Can they see it on your face that you had a little cracker in an unusual place?
Is this just my destiny?
Is it all out of your hands?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Cracker in my pants.
cracker in my pants, got a cracker in my pants. I woke up with a cracker in my pants, cracker in my pants, got a cracker in my pants. I woke up with a cracker in my pants, it's a cracker in my pants, got a cracker in my pants. I woke up with a cracker in my pants, it's a cracker in my pants, got a cracker in my pants. Bum, 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 bum. Cracker in my pants, 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 pants.
You guys, maybe you don't love that song as much as I do, but I don't think it's possible. It is such a work of genius and delight. Wait, what do you see?
We've got some people saying, that's just weird.
No, that is not. All right. We're allowed to have differences of aesthetic opinion. If you want to find Cracker in your pants, it appears, my friends, on the album Where Is My Chicken by Drew Bunting, which is available on iTunes and Spotify and CD Baby. Jetpack also features some songs by Matthew Swanson, Brian Slattery, and many songs by Drew Bunting. And we also have I Don't Want to Brush My Teeth, a common sentiment that is not an argument for not brushing your teeth. This song, in fact, will inspire you to brush your teeth. There are many songs on all of these albums. You can find them. We'll post the links. Go find the delight that will result from bringing this music into your life.
So, just so you know, just so you'll understand why this is all. So, we self-published books ourselves for a long time. So, the books that we're reading over on the Picture Book Storytime, those are all books that we self-published. And we also, as part of the thing, we also self-published a bunch of albums. So,
including these 3 albums by Drew Bunting.
Yes.
Extraordinaire.
So, the idea is not only can you self-publish books, but you can also
produce albums.
your own albums.
Just because you say you want to, you guys.
And there's software out there all over the place to record stuff. And
there's places where you can send it and have it turned into a CD.
And have it turned into, upload it onto iTunes.
Guys, if you want to make stuff, just make it. Make it. Don't not make it. Make it. Stamp your foot and make it.
Yeah.
Raise your eyebrow and make it. Point your finger and make it.
You know what? I can't raise one eyebrow.
Well, that's okay. We still love you. At least no less than we did before. Matthew reads the second half of Real McCoys chapter 10. Whoever it was that I made so sad yesterday by stopping in the middle, I apologize. And I am going to do my best to make it up to you now. Remind you, in the first part of chapter 10, Moxie had to undergo a very excruciating spelling test where Mrs. Bunyan made up awful words, not made them up, but found the hardest words she could for Moxie. Then Moxie went outside and ran into Milton and learned that he has been framed by someone writing a note saying that he is the one who stole Eddie, which of course is not true. So he's very sad. And now they're talking about the fact that Moxie thinks Emily is the crook, and Milton says he doesn't think it's possible because Emily's so nice. But Moxie is saying, I know a way to find out. She says, suddenly I have an idea. Even if Emily is a criminal mastermind, there's no reason why we can't use her problem-solving technique, which is exactly what happens in Volume 14, Poetic Justice. When Annabelle steals the atomic lake evaporator Dr. Fungo invented to ruin summer vacations around the world, and uses it instead to evaporate all the water in his swimming pool, just as he is leaping from the really high diving board. Dr. Fungo lands on the pool float, bounces over the fence, and escapes. But the point remains that it's perfectly fine to use someone's diabolical invention or problem-solving technique against them so long as it will help your case. That's where we left yesterday. Let us venture forth. Why is January, I say. Milton's eyes get wide. I can tell he approves, so I say it again. Why is January? All of a sudden, there's new light in Milton's eyes. The wheels are turning again. I have no idea, he says. But I say we find out. I decide to get the ball rolling. Why is January? Let's see. Because some month had to come first. Yes, January is the first month of the year, but it's not always first. After all, it comes right after December. So, if January isn't necessarily first, maybe the real question is what January isn't. January isn't last. That's true. February always comes after January. So even though we always think of January as being first, it's not always first. And even though January is sometimes not first, it's never last. I feel as if we've just reached a really important conclusion, but I couldn't for the life of me tell you what it is. Was that helpful? I ask. I'm not sure, says Milton. Maybe, I say. It means that even if you've always thought of someone as being good and sweet and nice, it's entirely possible that they are actually the most loathsome kind of owl thief. Or maybe it means that even if all the evidence seems to point in one direction, there's another, completely different way of looking at things that will help you see the truth, says Milton. This isn't working. We shouldn't be coming to opposite conclusions. Maybe we just need to try again. Or maybe Annabelle was wrong and you really can't use someone else's diabolical problem-solving technique against her. I am still trying to sort it out when the bell rings, ending second recess and leaving us no closer than we were before to figuring out where Eddie is now. I look to Milton for some kind of insight, but apparently he doesn't have anything else to say. He wanders slowly back to the first grade line, his mind in some other place. We fourth graders pick up our piñatas and get ready to go back inside. I watch as Emily stands there with her earth piñata. She doesn't look good, even more tired and sweaty than before. I'm trying to figure out what in the world she might be thinking, but it's very hard to concentrate because Tracy Dublinger is twirling around like a crazy top, holding her molar piñata in one hand and Tammy's Tracy Dublinger piñata with the other hand, while Tammy shrieks for her to cut it out. It's a delicious moment of Dublinger disagreement, and I'm enjoying it immensely. But just then, Tracy lunges crazily and purposefully in my direction, and her huge molar crashes right into the back of my head. Ow! I say, and then immediately I wish I hadn't, because it doesn't actually hurt at all. As it turns out, a tooth made of newspaper and glue doesn't pack much punch. Watch where you're going, Moxie, says Tracy. I try to ignore her, in the way one tries to ignore the itch of poison ivy. How I wish that Tracy were the crook. If I were a different kind of person, I'd figure out a way to frame her. But that is not my style. Instead, I decide to be patient and wise as I possibly can. I let Tracy pretend that she didn't mean to hit me with her tooth. I let her believe that she has the upper hand. I will have the last laugh eventually. I move to the back of the line, keeping my eye on Tracy Dublinger until she slips into the bathroom across the hall from the first grade classroom. I glance over, and there is Milton sitting at his desk in the last row. I give him a little wave and he waves back, but it's clear that his mind is somewhere else. When I get to my desk, my graded spelling test is waiting. I got a 0 out of 10, which is a complete and total outrage. Clearly Mrs. Bunyan has no idea how to spell Rick's name. Remember Rick O'Shea? Poor Moxie. Lucky for her, I have bigger problems at the moment. I need to figure out where Eddie is before the day ends and Milton gets carted off to jail and the real thief escapes on a speedboat bound for a renegade nation that refuses to return to kidnap mascots. Even though every shred of evidence points to Emily, I am still trying to keep an open mind, in part because Principal Jones asked me to, and in part because it pains me to think my leading best friend candidate could do such a thing. I need to figure out once and for all whether Emily is capable of such an awful act. Since I missed the chance to interrogate her in person during second recess, I decide to do the next best thing. Mrs. Bunyan has asked us to write a 5-paragraph essay on the spirit of the holiday, and so for the first time all day, I actually sort of halfway do what I'm supposed to do. I take out a piece of paper and write, "You sure look nice today." I sign my name and fold the paper into the shape of a ninja throwing star, a trick I learned from a 5th grader named Phil, and toss it over to Emily's desk, which is 2 desks to my right. It barely misses the jutting chin of Chaz Danson, who sits between us, and hits Emily in the shoulder, which startles her at first, but then she opens it and reads my note. I keep one eye on Mrs. Bunyan, who is sitting at her desk, scribbling on a piece of paper. Is she writing a holiday essay too? Or a grocery list? Or maybe another list of awful words for my next spelling test? Emily takes out her pen and writes something down. At first she tries to fold the note back into a throwing star, but then gives up and just mashes it into a crumpled blob and hands it back to Chaz. Chaz hands it over to me, even though it's clear he doesn't want to. I read Emily's note. It says, "Thanks. That's nice of you to say." Clearly, I have her right where I want her. "No problem," I write back. "You must get up really early in the morning to make yourself look so fabulous." I hand the note to Chaz. He rolls his eyes. But then I give him a wallaby death stare, courtesy of Annabelle Adams in Volume 36, Way Down Under, and he falls into line. I read Emily's reply. "Actually, I got up late this morning, and I think I look awful." I need to get this moving. Every time we pass the note, we risk getting caught, and I haven't even gotten to the most important questions yet. "So you fell asleep on the bus this morning?" That's pretty weird. Right? I can't believe it. Has that ever happened to you before? Nope. I think I'm a little sick. Then why did you come to school today? I didn't want to miss the assembly. It's my favorite day of the year. I know, right? The awards are so exciting. There's almost nothing better, except for maybe slugs after a rainstorm. Excuse me? What did you say? Slugs. I love them. Heart. Are you pulling my leg? I know they're slimy and all, but I just can't get enough of their cute little antennae. I know! I love their antennae! At this point, Chaz has completely given up trying to resist. He is doing what I say because he fears the consequences if he doesn't. The death stare is surprisingly effective. That little strip of cartoons at the top is one of my favorites ever.
Chaz is getting angry and then losing faith.
I have a terrarium full of slugs at home. Seriously? Seriously. Do you want to come over and see them sometime? I'm about to write yes! Exclamation point, exclamation point, and I am planning to underline it twice and circle it 3 times when I suddenly see what Emily is up to. In volume 21, Tasting Her Own Medicine, Annabelle goes undercover as a geologist and makes friends with an influential oil tycoon named Jeremy, only to discover that Jeremy is actually her nemesis, Dr. Fungo, who has gone even deeper undercover to fool her. Annabelle did her best to prepare me for this very moment. How could I have let myself be tricked? Somehow, Emily has discovered my weakness for slugs and is using it against me. I change from my blue pen back to my black pen and get back to business. Did you make any stops between the bus and our classroom? Let's see. I stopped at the front desk to check in and get a hall pass. Any other steps? No, why do you ask? I glance over at Emily. She looks confused, as if someone has just changed the channel in the middle of her favorite TV show. She knows I have found her out. The guilt is seeping in. It is extremely important that you tell the complete truth. People who lie about what they do on the way to school in the morning can end up into prison for up to 7 years. It's in the Constitution. Is that true? Emily is looking sweatier by the minute. I can tell Chaz is about to lose his patient. I give him a peppermint. Absolutely. Have you ever seen a movie about lawyers? No. My dads don't let me go to the movies. The jails don't even have bathrooms. You just have to hold it. So where else did you stop? Think carefully. I guess I stopped in the pink bathroom. I really had to pee. And why didn't you mention this before? I use really big letters to rattle her. It didn't seem important? This is classic criminal behavior. Dodging my questions. Conveniently forgetting critical details. I am getting under Emily's skin. Soon the truth will be mine. Do you have any witnesses who could confirm your version of the story? I'm sorry. This has been super fun, but I have to throw up. I glance over, and Emily gives me a friendly, apologetic smile. Somehow she has managed to make her skin look a little bit green. I have to admit, I am impressed. She raises her hand, and I panic. She is going to tell Mrs. Bunyan that I have been interrogating her. I just need a few more minutes to put it all together. I'm not feeling very good, says Emily. I need to go to the nurse's office. As Emily takes her hall pass and leaves the room, my mind is scrambling to make sense of what she has just told me. The 2 sets of bathrooms at Tiddlywump are different colors, so that teachers can send you to a specific one. A few years ago, a kindergartner named Molly Blip would always go to the bathroom on the other side of the school instead of the one that was closest to her classroom. One time she got lost and cried so much that her shirt got really wet. After that, they painted the bathroom specific colors to relate to the colors of your hall pass. 6th graders, yellow, and 5th graders, blue, and 4th graders, green, use the green bathroom, because yellow and blue make green. And 3rd graders, white, and 2nd graders, red, and 1st graders, pink, and kindergartners, white with a red stripe, use the pink bathrooms, because white and red make pink. Confusing? Only at first. A good way to teach little kids how colors work? Absolutely. There were a few 3rd grade boys who made a stink, saying they wouldn't use the pink bathroom. But Principal Jones said they could either hold it all day or grow up to be more open-minded men. Ever since the Molly Blip incident, if you're caught using the wrong bathroom, you lose an hour point. Suddenly, everything is perfectly clear. The girls' pink bathroom is right near the front of the school. It would be the perfect... right next to Eddie's case. It would be the perfect place to stash a stolen owl. Oh, dum 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 dum. Oh my gosh, you guys. All right, that is the end of chapter 10. Yes, do we have a question? What?
No, I want to complain.
Why?
Because look here.
What?
All of the shenanigans with the different bathrooms and the different classrooms and where I was told that I needed to make a map of the school without anyone having considered whether any of these things were plausible. Whether you could have the bathroom near the office, near where somebody was walking from the kindergarten, where the art classroom, the cafeteria is.
And how did you solve this problem, Robbie?
I told Matthew he had to draw me a map.
So why she's complaining at all, I don't understand. I was told I had to make a map, and then I made Matthew do all the work of figuring out, is what Robbie should have said.
Yes.
She should have said, I am grateful, and without a hint of rancor, there is nothing but love and light in my heart for the work that Matthew had to do. When I write a book, I don't think about things like, well, I do have to think about how things related. In fact, for the mechanics of the mystery, one of the most complicated parts was figuring out which halls Moxie had to walk down and who could see what from which classroom and which bathroom.
Yeah.
That's not that kind of thing that works inside my head. I'm an impressionistic sort of guy. I like to make stuff up. What did we... Robbie is the best. Yeah. El Puppy, yeah. You and Robbie need to go sit on a bench somewhere.
We have Max and Zoe here who have a couple questions.
All right, let's hear it. Yes.
Zoe said... Oh, how are you doing?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
We appreciate you asking.
I got to tell you, I'm a little tired. It's just I'm a little tired from all the things. But this thing that we're doing with you right here is my source of light and joy.
Makes us feel better.
I also get light and joy from my children. Don't tell them that, but I do. And just hanging out with you guys makes me feel good. So thank you.
Yeah.
Where did you get the ideas for the Real McCoys? You guys, my ideas come from a dark and mysterious.
From Max. Thank you, Max.
Thank you, Max. Place inside my head. I don't know exactly where. I think it's like right here. Drink your water. My water's gone because I drank it already. I usually start writing books when I discover... Robbie, would you like to stop interrupting me and then I'll tell my story?
I just want everybody to drink their water while you're telling this long story. At least
they'll
get hydrated.
Okay, the answer is I don't know. Do you want me to go any further than that? I was writing one morning and I discovered Moxie's voice. And by voice, I mean the way she talks, the way she thinks, the way that she acts. All of those things defined her as a character, and I really liked her. Even though she has lots of flaws, I liked her spirit. I liked the way she talks. I liked the way she acts. And so I was inspired to sort of follow her around and learn more about her inside my head. And so once I met Moxie and knew how she talked, I knew I could write this story. And I shared a little bit. I shared a couple chapters with Robbie, and I said, Robbie, do you like this?
And I said, I do. This is fun.
And then I shared it with Meredith, who is our literary agent. And I said, do you like this? And she said, yes. But right now the main character is a boy. Right now the main character is an older brother talking about a younger sister. I recommend making it an older sister talking about a younger brother. And when Meredith said that, everything unlocked inside my head and all sorts of things slid around. And I came home and I wrote the whole rest of the book in a couple weeks.
Well, the funny thing was that it was narrated actually from two different voices. It was the older brother and the younger sister, and they were alternating every other chapter. Mm-hmm. And Meredith was like, this is okay, but I really like this voice, and you should try doing
She
the
thought
whole
it was a little
thing.
too complicated.
It was too complicated.
Yeah,
she was right.
Tell the story from this stand. Meredith is always right.
Yes.
That's basically what I've learned. You don't mess with Meredith.
You know what?
What?
We had some jokes from the very start that we didn't attend to.
Well, should we consult the agenda, or should we say, to heck with the agenda?
Are there jokes on the agenda?
I don't know. Let's see. I mean, I write the agenda, but I don't know what it says. You're asking me to do two things. I don't write things and remember them. I think we end with a joke.
Oh.
Yeah.
It says El Puppy closes.
We can just chat. Do you guys just want to chat? Do you want to say to heck with the agenda? Do you want to ask us questions and do jokes?
Well, we have some jokes.
Okay, let's hear it.
Look.
Oh.
What do you call a pig who does karate?
A pork chop?
Yes! Yeah. Did you guess that, or did you know that?
Karate chop!
I know. Did you guess that?
I guessed that.
Good for you.
Hey,
Matthew's actually really good at guessing
Sometimes.
jokes.
All right.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
Well, there are so many different answers to this joke that it's almost impossible for me to guess the one. Did he want to get to the other side? Did he want to visit his friend Edna?
To get the Chinese newspaper. You probably don't get it, neither do I. I get the Washington Post.
Oh, that's good. I like that, actually.
But
I like that.
You know what? The person across the street from us also doesn't get the Chinese newspaper.
I like the joke. That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying, you're going to have to keep walking, my friend.
All right.
You're gonna have to, that chicken's going to have to go
Move
a long
on
way.
to the next joke.
All right.
I have already judged and admired that
all right,
joke.
all right.
Yeah. What do we have?
Oh, look. We are also grateful for the map and the map makers. Matthew's getting credit
Thank
now.
you. We're having a request to see Alden.
Oh.
I will go consult with Alden. I can't make any promises.
Yes.
All right? I'll be right back.
All right. We also have, how many books are you planning to make for the Real McCoys? So we have three books so far. Oh, boy. So here's book 2. Two's a Crowd. And book 3, Wonder Undercover. So those are all written and those are all done. And we will read those over the course of story time. Matthew has written book 4.
But Robbie hasn't even bothered to read it.
I haven't...
All right, please come sit here, my friend.
I haven't read it yet, and I definitely haven't illustrated it yet, because if our publisher decides that 3 is enough, then it doesn't matter whether we've written.
And Robbie doesn't care that I spent literally weeks writing this book.
I do care.
And her heart is so cold and dark.
I do care. I've just had many other books to illustrate.
This is Alden Swanson.
Alden.
El Puppy, who is your mama's new best friend, requested to see you. El Puppy likes to make jokes at my expense.
Yes.
And make Robbie out to be some sort of savior.
Awesome.
Which I think from time to time Alden has also been guilty of. So I think El Puppy and
feel
Alden
like
might get along.
I think Alden's more aligned with you.
Ah.
I think she defends you more and makes fun of me more.
So
no?
if El Puppy were here, then Alden and I...
She makes fun of us. She's an equal opportunity make funner of.
Alden and I could be on one dodgeball team. You guys could be on the other, and you and El Puppy would lose.
Oh,
that's what I'm thinking would happen.
That sounds like a throwdown.
You ever seen Alden play dodgeball? She's really good at it.
Have you ever seen Matthew play dodgeball?
I'm really bad at it.
He's
But
really
Alden's
bad
really, really good at it. So, in any case,
I'm
Alden,
pretty good at it.
Thank you for appearing, Alden. I appreciate your time. But Alden is in the middle of her sanctioned device time, so every moment is precious.
Maybe I'm watching a lot of TV.
What you can't? You're not streaming anything right now, are you? Anyway, that's what we've got. Thank you, Alden, for joining us.
Yes.
El Puppy, I hope you're satisfied. And if you're not, we'll maybe get some more Alden another time. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it.
Here's another question: ice cream or pizza?
Wait, what about it? Which is better?
Yeah.
I don't like ice cream.
What?
I don't like ice cream. Ice cream is too cold.
Ice cream, hands down. That's a silly question, Melissa.
Pizza, without a doubt, is the superior snack. Without a doubt. All right. Anything else?
Zoe's a big sister. Max's a little brother too. Look at that.
Oh, okay. That's very nice.
Here's another joke.
Okay.
This one's from. Oh, it's not Simmer. It's Kylie.
Okay.
What do you call someone that skips church?
Oh, someone who skips church. There's all sorts of things that you could say that I probably am not going to repeat on this live cast. I don't know. Nothing is leaping into my head. What?
Come on, Kylie. We need the answer to this.
Oh, she's just going to leave us hanging. Robbie, I don't know how to tell you this, but it's...
Oh, this is a good one.
What is it? What?
Christian Bale.
That's great. Actually,
for those of you who don't know, Christian Bale is a movie star who's my favorite movie star.
If Christian Bale were here right now, Robbie and Christian Bale would leave, and I would be
later.
left here by myself.
Yep.
But I think actually, what do you call someone who like gets up in the middle of church and leaves?
Yeah.
That's Christian Bale, right?
Oh
Because you have to be somewhere to bail on it, right? Yeah.
Yes.
I love that.
That
is
was
a quality
hilarious. That
hijinks.
was a great joke.
Robbie, it is 2:00 p.m.
Oh,
so if you want to adhere to the sanctity of our half hour, then we really ought to move on.
Yes.
There's so many items on the agenda that we didn't get to that we will save for another day.
Yeah.
All right, friends. Today is Friday.
Today's Friday.
Perhaps we'll do something different tomorrow. Perhaps instead of reading, we'll draw and answer questions.
There's some people
who can't come on the weekend. In the comments, tell us. Oh, I can't come on the weekends because my parents and I are climbing a mountain or something like that. And we'll make a decision if you'd like us to wait and not read tomorrow.
Yeah.
So you don't miss it.
We can still do all the nonsense.
We're going to show
find
up.
Something else
We're going to show up regardless.
But maybe we won't make more progress on the book just in case there are other people who don't want to miss a couple chapters.
So let us know. Let us know if you have strong opinions. Info, INFO, at Robbie, ROBBI, and Matthew.com.
Yeah.
Info at RobbieandMatthew.com.
You can email us with what you think.
Some of you wrote us emails last night, and I loved that. Please write us, share your opinions, share your thoughts. If you have mean things to say about Robbie that you don't want to say here.
There were no mean things said about Robbie.
I know, but
they were just compliments.
For those of you who have anti-compliments for Robbie and you want to send them to me, it's a safe place.
It's okay.
Yeah, come on, bring it on.
I can take it.
Yes, and if you want to say complimentary things about me, you can also do that. That you don't feel comfortable sharing here, because I feel like there should be more compliments than I see here. What is this? What is a chicken hat? Oh, El Puppy. Yeah.
I looked for it actually earlier.
Didn't look
there
very hard.
It is. I didn't look on the floor.
The last item on the agenda is Matthew puts on the chicken hat.
Yeah.
So there you go, El Puppy. I hope that no more explanation is needed. That is chicken hat. What about hat Louisa? We will be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, see y'all.
All
Bye.
right.
All right, friends. It's nice to see you. We're going to go fall asleep. I think we're very tired.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we're very tired. Goodbye.
Drink your water.
Wash
your hands.
Wash your
all
hands.
of the things. Do some more dancing. Look up Drew Bunting and stream his songs because they're the best.
They're amazing.
All right.
Goodbye,
Yay,
friends.
Goodbye,
Bye.
guys.